Hey guys, I'm Michaeleddie. I'm here with the amazing Gabi Butler, and we are doing tutorials for her amazing fans of her channel. Gabi, the fans have been asking for a lot. What do you think we should do next?
All right, so you guys have been asking for a lot of back handspring tutorials, so we're gonna do that. Even though it's one of the more basic skills, everyone should always have a perfect back handspring. So we're gonna cover that today.
So you ready for this back handspring?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's kill it.
All right. So guys, really quick, we're gonna show you one in slow motion for those that don't really know the concept of a back handspring. So Michaeleddie's gonna spot me for this one and kind of just guide me through it.
Well, when I spot a handspring for someone who's just learning, I usually go right above their knees and right on their hips, and I'll hug them. You know, whether they feel like they have it or not. When I'm first doing this, I need to hold them to make sure that I can place them in the right spots.
Right, and you guys, when you start, you could start like this, or you can bend. For beginners, I would probably say just bend a little bit. If you aren't a beginner, stand up.
So, first off, it starts with the sit position. You know, every handspring needs a good sit to jump into the handspring.
Right.
So when you go, you're gonna bend the knees, and make sure that you never let your knees pass your toes. You never want that to happen when you're sitting for a handspring. You're gonna drop the butt a little bit, just like that. Shoulders back, trying to pinch my hand. Good, chest up, chin up. And I usually have them put their arms out, you know, just from the start, when they're first starting. This, a little bit more, always be on your toes, kind of like you're about to sit in a chair. That's the approach. Okay, so this is the position. This is the good sit position that you want to be in for a handspring. Then from here, what happens next is it's a bend, and see how the butt drops just a little bit. That's your commitment of going backwards. Okay, then the arms go, and the jump happens, and boom, you hit this position right here. See how her hips are nice and up, toes are pointed, shoulders are right over her hands. She goes and she snaps, keeping her arms by her ears the whole time.
I got lightheaded.
A lot of people, when they do handsprings, they like to throw their head out.
Right, you always want to make sure everything is literally a perfect line, like your pencil almost, or a board.
Gabi doesn't need a spot, clearly, but
yeah, it gets a lot easier when you do it faster and on your own, actually. So when you have a spot, obviously it's gonna be easy, but when you do it faster, it will be a lot easier. So.
Now, did you see on that one how Gabi really used her arms in that swing? Your arms are very important. Your arms are gonna start this whole handspring. They are the trigger. Because your arms go nice and fast and hard, and then the rest of your body will follow. The arms lead it, not the head.
Exactly.
Very important.
What he said.
Let's do it again. Look at the way Gabi jumps. Gabi will always jump from her toes. She's not gonna jump flat-footed. She's also gonna push away from her toes. Like as if there's a spider right here, and she's deathly afraid of spiders.
Spiders.
She's gonna jump away from them.
Spiders, okay.
Beautiful, beautiful.
All right, guys, so now we're gonna do some fast ones. You saw the slow ones, and this one obviously would be by yourself, but if you have a really good spot, which I'm sure Michaeleddie could spot a fast one, but me and Michaeleddie are both level 5, we're gonna do some on our own.
All right, so Gabi's gonna do handsprings, and I'm just gonna kind of talk about everything that's going on in this handspring, you know, as she's going through it, as she's coming out of it, so. Very good. Some of the things that Gabi applied in that handspring was, one, a great sit. She had a great sit going into it. She had a great arm swing. But coming after that, once you're in the actual handstand of the handspring, then what happens? You do a shoulder block. That's what Gabi does, right? As your feet are snapping down, you block those shoulders to give you that extra pop to help you stand up a little bit better. And then on top of that, her feet are gonna snap down. Now, a snap down isn't just putting your feet down really fast. It is getting from a handstand to a standing straight up position. That's the snap down. And once you do that, Gabi also finishes it by getting her chest up and punching on her toes and lifting up, keeping her arms by her ears. Gabi's arms are not gonna drop down here and try to do a rebound. You won't go anywhere with that. One thing, just the little things that Gabi was doing. You know, some people, when they're starting off handsprings, they'll throw their head off to the side because it feels comfortable. And you know, we're not meant to flip. We're not designed to flip. So our body's gonna go for a comfortable route. And they'll throw their head to the side, or they'll swing one arm maybe a little bit harder, or something will go wrong in that whole process. You gotta make sure that from the left side to the right side that everything is the same in this back handspring.
Right.
You're keeping your shoulders square, you're throwing the arms at the same speed, same strength, you're keeping your head nice and leveled, you're not throwing it back out. You know, these little things are gonna help make this handspring a lot easier and a lot smoother.
All right, guys, so that was one back handspring. Now I'm gonna do multiples so you guys can see what it's like connecting. Now, what Michaeleddie again was saying, you wanna make sure that your arms are going directly back and you don't wanna throw your head or, you know, stick your head out or anything. You wanna go straight back and trust yourself. I know it's a little scary at first when you do it because you're like, oh my gosh, my arm's gonna break or something like that. I mean, that's what I thought when I did my first handspring, so it was a little crazy.
I think we all think that.
Yeah, we all think that. So I'm gonna do 2 for you, and this is what it's gonna look like.
There it is, there's 2. Gabi had a great first handspring, which, I mean, of course, you obviously have to have a good first handspring in order to move on to doing a second handspring. What she did is she would come out of the first one, nice, good shoulder block, nice, good snap down, and she'd get herself into position for the second handspring. A lot of people sometimes when they do 2 handsprings, they'll just have their chest down, their butt will be out, and now you have to try to do a handspring from this position, you know? And that's kind of tough. So you're really coming out of the first one, she sets herself up to go into the second one by putting herself in a good position with her feet slightly in front of her, chest is up, arms are going back, really giving a commitment to the second handspring from the first handspring.
You also want to have momentum when you're doing multiple back handsprings. Now, something that also helps with momentum is throwing your arms, and you can also step when you do it. For that one, I just sat and went. But if you want to like really get speed, you could step, do 2 steps, 1 step, whatever you want. But really just try to make everything locked out and throw your arms really quick. Alright guys, so that is it with our handspring tutorial. I hope you guys liked it. Now, as long as you apply what me and Michaeleddie are saying, it will go smoothly for you. I am telling you. So just make sure you apply every little thing and your back handsprings will be great.
Yeah, and you know, we've been doing back handsprings for years and we're still learning things about them. So as long as you're just trying to make it better, you know, throw in what we've told you, take in what other people have told you, really be a sponge to this back handspring and learning it and you know, find which way that works best for you and really go for it and you will get it, you know?
You will get it.
And be sure to subscribe.
Subscribe.
Woo!
So this one is called a mermaid stretch. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna go on the floor and give your base of your hand like this.
I'm gonna grab on forearms. Nice, good grip on the forearms. Her arms are nice and locked out. Bases, you're just gonna start walking back. Start walking back.